Okay, we are now good to go. So, someone please, that'll probably be you, Parsons. You seem to like to do this. Go ahead and give me, please, a recap of last session, which was a month ago.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I
hmm
gotta I gotta just real quick, Paul, I'm sorry. The skill that I just put points into is In Touch, and it says for every point a mage has in Touch grants +2 points to Vigor threshold. So what does that mean?
Vigor is your spellcasting, so your actual face is going to go up. Let me check real quick. All right, let's go tree. These my body become used to every point mage gives +2 points in the vigor threshold. Oh, nice. All right, so right now your vigor is 5. Remember, every time you cast a spell, it uses your vigor. So now it goes up to how many points did you put into in touch?
4.
So you have
Cool.
now 8. So you have 13 vigor.
Sweet. Sorry, Parja. Go ahead. I'm ready now. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna start at the session the by the end of the second session. So um we follow the okay, we follow the sound to a farm. So we hear a woman's faint cry in the distance. We follow the sound to a farm. We hear a dog's whimper. The woman's screaming stopped, and the farmhouse door opens, revealing a farmer with his mouth smeared in blood and clothes drenched in red. So he goes back into the house and closes the door. We go towards it. Ned kicks open the door, and we see 3 humans eating Beatrix and one eating a dog. So we start fighting. And then this is session 3. We continue fighting. Zadira almost got her arm blown off. That's the only notable thing in the fight. We observe that these cannibals are completely fixated on their food. They will consume even while on fire. They ran, but they still sense pain though. A triumphant moment for Paul. For the first time, he's not cutting out. Okay, I don't know why I made that on a note. Okay. Julius throws meat to distract one rabbit human to help Parja. Blah blah blah. We managed to defeat all of them. The whaler that was being trapped in the cage was freed by Ned, and he ran off, rejoining his group. They welled together, and the whaler with the coin gave the coin to the rescued whaler, and the entire group left. We investigate the house, and Gavin sees a man completely eaten. Um, Beatrix is rescued and stabilized. She tells Julius and Gavin that she knows these farmers. The one eating her is called Nell. They they were still normal the last time she saw them at the market buying meat from Marvin. We put Beatrix on the cart and race back to Roadhog, Rodale, Rockdale, Rockdale. Gavin goes for a searches for a doctor. Beatrix reunites with her father. Ned shows the alderman the heads he took off the bodies. We get paid 800 crowns. We are supposed to get paid 800 coins. And then Zadira goes to sleep in the tavern. We go take a rest, and Gavin gets caught stealing a purse, and we start a fight in the tavern. Our reputation went from folk heroes to outlaws. We hit rock bottom. We run away from Rockdale, penniless, uh, with bounties on our head. Sort of bounties, like we're definitely blacklisted. And that's where we left off.
Pretty much correct.
So we did not get to sleep yet, right?
No.
No,
You were
no,
like partially. You like just got to sleep when the guards came, essentially rapping at your door.
Right.
yeah,
Okay, so I'm tired.
Yeah. Everyone
yes.
is actually quite tired right now. So we are going to pick up today's scene. It is currently situated. Let's see, where's my calendar at? It is probably around. I still got it. I didn't do that, did I? Things to do.
You pinged it?
Change the color of text.
Okay. Oh, did I miss anything?
No, that was actually pretty good. So all of you now are leaving. Behind you is the town of Rockdale, and you have not gained any of the coin that is had to you because of the event by one of your traveling companions, starting a very, very bad string of situations that was essentially compounded by the events of further companion work. So, it is 10:34 p.m. Night sky overhead. Night birds are just kind of chirping in the night as you have been essentially kicked out, banished from the town of Rockdale by a penalty of essentially death if you come back for, well, maybe not death, but you'll definitely get arrested if you come back and probably thrown in the stocks. So with that, we are going to now, unrested, probably uncleaned, and just a sense of what the hell is going on. You are leaving, walking away from the town of Rockdale. And with this being open-ended, and, well, my question to my four lovely players, what the hell do you want to do?
I want to climb in Julius's cart. And just, wherever we go, we go. I don't care right now.
Alright, so Zadira's just tired and probably still wearing her evening gown, just hops into Julius's cart, and just essentially, I guess, goes to sleep.
DM, you know I'm always in the cart.
Pretty sure the cart's big enough for two of you.
Yeah, I'm always in the cart.
Where do I sleep?
You walk is what you do.
The cart is kind of banging along the ground, along this fairly well-traveled road, I should say. If we look at the map, if we bring this up real quick, we are to the north. We're in northern Redania, above, following the banks of the Buena River. Now, to see any information you might have nearby, let's go ahead and put together some general information. In fact, I need to pull up my notes for this. But as it is, let's go ahead and get a skill roll done. Let's see, this game with its fantastic array of actual skills. What's a good one to do? Is there an education? There is an education one. Would this be relevant? Give me either education or wilderness survival. Or even streetwise. Either of these. Streetwise, wilderness survival, or education.
I would do wellness survival.
Off to a great start, guys.
Not bad, not bad. Gavin and Ninraven.
No, disregard the first one. That was small blades.
Who are you attacking? Alright, so what you can recall is that around you, that you would definitely know, in fact all of you can know since we have enough rolls done for this, we have a couple of towns nearby. If we head to Jarmalak, and to the north of that, we have the town known as Hengfors. Let me see. I don't have index here, so I'm going to assume it's a larger town. And then to the east of you, the actual only known passing, bridge-wise, past the Buena River that we are currently following, River, is fairly far to the east. Although we can definitely pass it by just fording or just sort across if you so wish. But nearest town is Rockdale, that is behind you, and the nearest town is probably going to be, if you start heading north through the wilderness, towards Hengfors. Now, it's not really on the map itself.
Yeah, like how Rockfort wasn't.
So, the nearest town, heading north, not following any road, is going to be Hengfors. And that is essentially about, let's say 3 days, about 2 days journey.
Well, the question is, do we want to stick to those smaller states up in the north, or do we want to go south to the bigger ones?
I think we should go to the smaller states, because rumors might spread.
Rumors do love to spread. All right, let's see. Let's put another town directly to the east of you to make it
I
sensible.
think then we should head to Hangforce, unless anyone has any other suggestions.
Paul, where is Nilfgaard?
Up north?
No, Nilfgaard is way south. If you look at this map, if you look to the south, you see Sintra. So it is way below that. In fact, this is
Oh,
a
right.
big map.
We're up north. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. In fact, if you look at the map on the actual east side, the right side of this map, you'll see where it says the Great Sea, and then you'll see at the very, very bottom one is Nilfgaard. But they've taken over everything. So everything that is that dark gray, they've taken over. And that lastly includes
Gotcha.
Sintra.
So yeah, I think we should just go north then.
Might get a bit too cold. Anyone brought winter clothes?
I'm pretty sure my opinion doesn't matter at this point, so I'm just following along.
Also, about a day and a half, a very, very smaller settlement known as Renhan,
To the north?
to the east.
Oh, no. Okay. I still vote north.
No preference at this point. I just want to sleep. Can we find somewhere to sleep and then figure it out in the morning?
Zadira, do you know a place where mages don't want to go?
I mean, we're not very well liked in Nilfgaard. I don't know. Paul, would I know anywhere else that...
So here's one thing you also know, and as I learn more about the lore of this game, I might do some small retconning. Here's going to be actually one of them, and this is the fact that let me bring up the people I need. Redania, the king, Radovid V, known as the Stern, he hates mages. He is a man that has, within the actual largest cities of Redania, it is not unheard of to have mages be swooped up by essentially inquisitors and, for all intents and purposes, disappeared. So even you yourself, even though we did some magic in the last session, which is fine, you would know that if word gets out here, for the most part, in fact, we're going to kind of ignore because I didn't really know the lore at that point. But from here on out, word within Redania of mages is really, really looked down upon, to where people will probably be more wanted to maybe turn you in for a slight reward.
So, knowing that, when he asked me that question, I'll just kind of snort and be like, huh, here?
Well, yeah, but you're not exactly an outcast, so I wouldn't say they are really being unfriendly.
Well, I mean, I can keep it under wraps unless I'm attacked in my room in the middle of the night.
Which you did, unfortunately. Well then, yeah, we can go. We can go up north.
Yeah, I can, protect myself in other ways, so should be fine.
Look at them, sleeping so soundly. Ugh.
Nidraven, what does Nidraven think right now? And that's been happening.
He was thinking about the party in general. Hierarchy about that pretty much at this point of who's worth saving in the dire straits.
Gavin, what about you?
Joe.
Yeah, I'm pretty much just going with the flow because I know everybody's not too happy with me.
Now,
Oh,
to
yeah.
make a note, your skills, Gavin, are fairly well established, and although you probably have gotten to situations before where maybe someone saw or things like that, this is probably maybe one of the few times in recent memory that things went this sideways. You're very confident in your abilities, I'd imagine. So this was kind of a fluke. Maybe this man you encountered that all this kind of unfolded upon was just luck was shining upon him when he saw what you're doing, or he himself was more than you expected. But as it is in the world of The Witcher, we have a couple things we can do. We can venture forth into one of the nearby towns and just try to see, because obviously we have a Witcher in the group. In fact, I want to do this right now. I'm putting on some other games recently, and I want to establish this here in this group. I'd like to know, now you don't need to answer right now if you don't have it, but I would like to know if you do a immediate or a short-term goal for the character. And if you don't have anything in right now, don't worry about it. If you think about it later on, let me know. But if you have something you can maybe potentially want to pursue or have a goal right now, like I would imagine Nid's will probably be, let's go find a monster and go kill him. Let's get some reward, get some gold, because we just lost 800 coin from this fiasco. So yeah, please go and do that. Type me in chat if you have a short-term goal. Just tell me if you have one.
That's Nid's.
Because I can also use this to build some select adventures as we head forth.
I mean, my goals would be based on the background that we rolled. So, probably trying to find out, I mean, I guess long-term goal, trying to find out what happened to my parents. And maybe try and find the bard that I don't like.
Is that long-term goal?
This could be short-term that encompass into long-term.
Right, so I'm just kind of traveling around trying to do research on, like, secret societies, essentially.
Okay. The fact that your family is from Nilfgaard, you're from Nilfgaard, so it happened there. So we need to establish a reason. Well, I need to establish a reason why you're here. So I'll work on that. But
Well,
the short-term one we can do. Definitely the bard we can definitely do.
Okay. Well, more or less that is just, I'm just kind of keeping an eye out for him, and if I see him, you know, payback's a bitch, so to speak. And I had a bit of an idea of why I was traveling so far from Nilfgaard, and it's basically just where my studies have taken me. Like, I left, or I started researching there, and just a string of, you know, different, I don't know, clues, I guess you could say, I was thinking kind of led me in this direction to where I'm at now.
Got it.
Get money as in stealing purses again?
That could be a way.
Yeah, just don't stab anybody this time, that'll help.
Or don't throw a dagger into a populated tavern.
Okay, pipe down, go back to sleep.
Kind of what I was saying.
Alright, so with these 4 short-term goals right now, definitely all these would encompass going to a town. So
I'm still voting north, because that'll lead us to smaller states.
Alright, so to emphasize, or to reiterate, we have the closest nearby town, which is the town of Ranhan, to the east, about a day and a half away.
Parja, when you say short-term goal, get away from the mage, I'm assuming you don't mean me, right?
No, I'm trying to befriend you because like out of character, I would say my character is trying to befriend the Witcher and you as like like a safety net. You know, he wants protection because there's a male mage after him, and if he has allies on the magic side, it would be helpful.
Gotcha.
Although he hasn't said he's gonna use you, so like it's not using air quotations, but then yeah, like you're his defense. That's what he had in mind when joining this group, so.
Alright, to make note, Ranhan is a smaller settlement, whereas Heng Forest is essentially a large city.
Out of curiosity, DM, have I been to Hang Forest yet in my life?
Where's your character from? Show me the notes.
Well,
Should be in your notes from when we did character creation.
not when you're a Witcher.
Oh, okay. As a Witcher.
Well, where was the School of the Viper?
That's actually a good question.
Yeah, because that's where I lived.
Let's do a quick Google search. School of the Viper is deep in the Tirchakar Mountains, which I have no idea where that's at, so let's find out where that's at.
So far, I don't think it's on this map.
It was in Nilfgaard.
Oh,
So I'm going to say
So-
no, because it's essentially across the damn world.
okay.
So I think to make it easy, just because we're also learning the lore, I think it's probably best that probably most of you have very, very scattered knowledge of the area you're in right now. Make it easy in emphasis for me to kind of learn those lore, because some of these cities have backgrounds I do kind of want to incorporate into the game if I need to. And just to make it kind of a bit easy, if you want to be from one, just let me know ahead of time. But for right now, I'm going to say that for you specifically, Nid, probably not, because you're from essentially Nilfgaard for all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
Oh, you probably traveled around. If anyone's from Redania itself, I would say yes. If you're not from Redania, I'm going to say no.
I'm from Redania.
Then Gavin, you are probably from. You probably stepped inside. Maybe you've been there. It's up to you if you want to or not. I'll let you decide.
I mean, I'm kind of in timeout right now, so
Yeah.
I'll just keep to myself.
Yep.
Alright, I guess, are you guys good with Hang Forest or the smaller town?
I mean, if we're looking for money, I think we have a better shot of getting it in the larger town.
Yeah, because there's
but-
probably more jobs and more high payers.
Correct. But again, then we run into, do we still want to keep a low profile or not?
Yes.
Oh, Paul?
Mm-hmm.
Which are the, like, are there monsters, infested in the outskirts? Like, which parts of the country are, like, there's a lot of monster hunting, a lot of gold, but,
There's not a lot of monsters because there's not many Witchers, so no. But there are
Okay.
going to be monsters essentially everywhere. There are going to be more monsters, essentially necrophages, when you go towards maybe potential battlefields or previous battlefields or just battled battlefields. But besides that, you'll encounter monsters out in the wilderness. The more in the wilderness you go, the more you're going to encounter. For example, if you follow the Nun path towards Hengfors, you're going through the wilderness. You're on a slightly traveled path right now, which does go towards Ranhan. So if you want to encounter more chance of hidden monsters, maybe just cut through the wilderness and going towards Hengfors, but you have to deal with that aspect. Or you might encounter some on the slight traveled path towards Ranhan. Both have their benefits or drawbacks or their situations, I would say. Hengfors, yes, is a larger city, whereas Ranhan is a kind of a small hamlet, little tiny settlement. So you have to judge which one might be more of a benefit.
On a side note, just because I can't find it, I've been trying to find it in the PDF. What does Vigor tie into?
Your spellcasting.
That's it? Because I use stamina to cast spells, and my stamina didn't change at all.
Ooh, this might be a case where I just forgot. Let's find out.
Sorry, guys.
Vigor score determines how many points of chaos you can channel at one time without damaging yourself. Oh, okay. So when you cast spells, spells have a cost, like a vigor cost essentially. And if that goes above your vigor score, you have to take damage. So this allows you to cast spells without essentially damaging yourself. It's a chance of casting bigger spells.
Where do I find how much, like, is it the stamina cost?
So I'm going to give you this real quick.
I'm sorry, I tried to find it in the PDF and I couldn't find it.
No worries. Like I said, this is only the, I think, third session, and it was a bit of a fairly long break, so I'm not going to hold it against anyone what's going on right now, but let me show this real quick.
26 days. That's a long time.
So I'll put this in the Discord. Here you go, Jenny. So that's what Vigor does. Then it sees on overexertion on page 166. All right, while I look at this up with Jenny, I'll be decide specifically where we want to go, what you want to do. Will we do this?
I mean, I'm good with going north, so
Yeah, I'm still voting north. Because if we find monsters, even better, because we can chop off their heads and take them with us to get paid for them.
But
Yeah.
if the place you're going to doesn't have a reward for it, guess what? You get nothing for
I'm
it.
guessing a city should.
and who knows? I could get my comeuppings.
I would say
What?
I'm gonna go with what I still stand. If you go to a town that doesn't have a an actual quest or a thing to kill a monster, and you come with a monster head, they're probably not gonna care because it's not troubling them.
Yeah.
So keep that in consideration. At that point, you're essentially putting yourself in danger for no reason. If you would know that town has an issue and they do have essentially a job offer, then yeah, go for it. But I would think right now, and me myself as a GM, I would think that if they don't have an issue with it, they're not gonna pay you for it.
That makes sense. So if you see a monster, just don't fuck with it.
Unless you really want to, for whatever reason. Unless you want to maybe harvest
No.
it, or it's just something you want to kill. I mean, then obviously go for it.
I mean, we're kind of pissed, so taking it out on a monster would
Well,
make
you act
sense.
as if Nid has emotions to feel pissed.
No, like the rest of us. So
You guys can fight it.
And you're a witcher, so
That doesn't mean I need to fight it.
you have a moral obligation.
No, I don't.
All right,
Sorta.
real quick, I'm gonna give you a
No.
slight pause. I want to talk to Jenny. So Jenny, real quick, if you look at the spells, your novice spells right now are actually fairly low in stamina cost. But if you go to journeyman spells, they have anywhere from 8 to 12 stamina cost.
But what does that have to do with vigor? That's not what I'm understanding.
So if your vigor is essentially say 5, how it was, and you want to cast a illusion, which is stamina cost of 8, it means you have to take 15 damage to cast it, because every point past your stamina is 5 health.
Oh, okay. And it's however many I cast in a round. So I can cast more than one spell in a round, but if the total stamina cost of both spells is above my vigor, then I'm going to take damage.
Yes. I do think I want to look. I still wasn't sure if you can cast more than one spell around, even though it says it.
It says you can cast as many spells as your actions allow, so we'd have to look into that.
Well, they say that cast magic is an action. But that's a normal action, not a full round action.
Maybe there are spells you can cast more than once.
Okay, never mind. Looks like when you do the 3 stamina, so in the combat round, I'm looking up right now on the thing. So I'll say for right now, until I get a further clarification when I read it, but for right now, today's rolling. When you do the 3 stamina, to do an extra action, you can cast a spell also, if it can encompass within an action casting.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, essentially, Jenny, you just prepared yourself to cast journeyman spells.
Say that again, Paul. That was really fast.
You prepared yourself to cast journeyman spells, essentially, or to do more spells in a round. So,
Gotcha.
all right. So, looks like we're gonna head north. Is it?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Now the question is, for the night, do you want to travel through the night, or do you actually want to rest and make camp?
I'd say rest.
Rest.
Yeah.
All right. Now, oh, sorry.
I will be using my ability I now have when I rest.
Which is?
Meditation.
And what does that do?
Instead of sleeping, I can just go into a meditative state, get the abilities of sleeping, but also be in terms I'm fully awake and away up to 4 meters away from me, since I have 2 points in it.
Nice. Okay.
So if anything comes within 4 meters of me, I will know and can react.
Got it. Now, to make this all-encompassing, do you as a group, let me ask this right now, do you as a group want to incorporate more of a roleplay element in the camping, or you just want to just kind of go, okay, we camp and we go to the night, I roll for random encounter if I need to, or do you want to go more into trying to find a good location, not like super in detail, but do a little roleplay into that?
I think it should be like if it's required role, if a person really needs to talk to another party member, kind of roleplay. You know what I mean by that? If a conversation kind of needs to happen, a good camping time would be a good time to do it.
What's everyone else
You know
think?
what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're thinking.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay, so with that being said, that was 2 people, so what do the rest of you think?
I think it should be on a case-by-case basis.
Okay.
In all honesty, just kind of dependent upon where we're at and what we're doing and what's going on.
So then I'll go with this in mind. As you look for a place to camp for the night, is there anything anyone wishes to do during that making the camp, or during that camp? Essentially, we can cut to essentially at the campfire, and if you did talk, we can talk, or we can skip to the essentially the morning if you want. So, again, does anyone wish to do anything before we move to the next day?
I do not. Just sleep.
Zadira is cranky. She wants to sleep.
I'm good.
All right.
I'm good.
In that case, we're going to move forward.
Making sure there's anything happened in my sleep.
No. Between all of you resting, you're fairly close to civilization, so for all intents and purposes, nothing really does bother you. But all of you get your fairly good night's rest, come to the early morning dawn as the sun crests the horizon. You trip into the birds and just the smell of the trees, the vegetation, and the slight drizzle of rain that does fall upon all of you, although it's a fairly temperate and nice weather right now, so it's fairly pleasant for all intents and purposes.
Do we recover everything that we get back on a rest ourselves, or does it do it automatically?
Is there an option to rest on the character sheets?
I'm not sure.
Then, quick moment to look for resting rules. Let me ask this question. Who's hurt?
Me.
I'm missing like stamina, so I don't know how that goes.
I'm missing hit points and stamina, and my
Same.
arm's still fucked. So I need to work on that as
Oh,
well.
that's right. You need to do a number of castings, don't you, on your arm to get it back to full health. So,
Right.
with that being said, you could have done some healing up to your stamina in the night before, Zadira.
I'm at 0.
Okay, all right.
The doctor patched up my ribs, but he said like 2 to 3 days to recover them fully.
All right, I'll make a call. Everyone go ahead and regain number HP equal to your recovery stat per day.
Nice, I'm good.
And with the stamina, does it just go all the way back up? Stamina.
I'm going to make it easy for right now. Look it up and just say yes. I'll make a call. Let's look up. How much do you heal and gain stamina when sleeping? Alright. So everyone recover a full amount of stamina, as well as your recovery stat. We'll do that right now, recovery stat per day.
That does not include stamina, right?
I'll say include stamina. So get back your full stamina.
Okay. Gotcha.
Until I
If
find
that's-
more rules on it.
All right. If that's the case, as soon as we wake up, I'm gonna hit my arm with another heal.
Go for it. All right. So with the morning, does bring a sense of a new forwardness to your travels. What you go on, you put behind you the events of Rockdale, and so now you start to head forth through the wilderness. Now, being in the wilderness and going towards the ever so pleasant town of Headfords, we need to see how well you can travel over land. So here's what I want to know. Since we're going over the wilderness, and this is a dangerous world still, so we're going to do the old school D&D, or let's say fantasy, of traveling. So what I want is a couple rolls done. Most obvious one is who is going to be looking out to make sure that nothing assails you tonight, to looking for any of the Scoia'tael, any monsters that might be about, as well as any one of you that wants to actually lead the way, because you need to know where the hell you're going. And that is going to involve, besides wilderness survival, I am going to assume is going to be the tracking, or the finding where you need to go skill. And then I'm going to use, it's not even perception, is...
Awareness?
Yes. Awareness, for anyone else to be a lookout. So, with that being said, I want to know, as you start traveling north through the countryside of Verdania, Parja, what do you want to do? You want to use any of these skills? You want to do something else? What's Parja doing as you're not heading out? After you break camp in the morning, it is around 8 o'clock in the morning. So we're now heading out fresh for the journey ahead.
Yep, I'd like to hunt for breakfast and also be on the lookout for monsters.
Breakfast is already had. Already had it in that last hour.
Right, I'd like to just be on the lookout for monsters.
Okay, give me an awareness roll. Nidraven, what about you?
I guess I'll keep eyes on the road where, make sure those monster tracks have gone through.
Also awareness roll. Or if anyone just thinking let's go will be applicable, just let me know also. Gavin, what about you?
Yeah, so I have like that practiced paranoia. So I get like, what does it say? If I come within like 10 meters of any traps or ambushes and stuff like that, I take a roll for it. So like I'm pretty much really good at awareness with that. So
essentially you want to be a lookout.
Yeah, I'm pretty much, I don't know if, so that happens if I come within 10 meters of a trap, so I'm pretty much,
Okay, but besides that, what are you doing?
awareness roll.
Alright, give me an awareness roll.
Yeah. Keeping my head down.
Not bad. And Zadira, what about you?
God damn.
I'm still riding in the cart for now.
Your arms hurt. Why are you limping?
I think, maybe I'll just be in the cart, like, trying to go over some of my notes and, maybe nose in a book or something. So, probably not really. I'm trusting the guys to pay attention, I suppose.
Well, that was your first problem. Because after traveling around, I would say 6-7 hours, stopping for possibly a late lunch, you realize that none of you know where the hell you are, since no one decided to actually be a, what's the word I'm looking for?
Wilderness survival.
A
A
guide?
guide? Yeah. So you essentially just headed north, not caring. Pretty much, I would say you're just kind of guessing where you're going in a general northerly direction, and didn't really, I would guess, put into mind to specifically try to find a correct way. So you kind of just went to the north wilderness, willy nilly. So after about 7 hours, you've headed north. That's easy enough to do, but any type of location or direction, well, you are officially fully somewhere in the north. No sense of landmarks, no sense of where you are. You, Gavin, being from Redania, you just don't recognize any landmark around you. You don't recognize anything except for the mountain range. That's definitely being able to be seen, the Kestrel Mountains to the east. But besides that, you are fully in the wilderness right now.
Are we lost?
We do a quick bio break. You can think about that.
So I mean, we're just gonna have to try and figure out how to find a road, huh?
Guess so.
All right, back.
So you said I knew the mountain range, and I know that's to the north, right, or to the east?
Yeah, I said you don't have to follow the sun, so you know you're going north, but in the direction towards Hengfors, none of you actually know if you're heading in the right direction towards Hengfors. You're just going north. Nothing too serious, but you didn't really put a direct path ahead of you. Just heading to the north. So, with that being said, I'm curious as to any rations people might have among the group. I'm just kind of a quick curiosity. Who actually has rations?
Me.
Let me check. Inventory.
I do not.
No, but I thought you said we took care of food, so.
Well, you took care of food when you're inside the town before being run out. So, we'll put that into play right now.
No,
So,
you said we had breakfast this morning.
Yeah, yeah.
then that would have been the last of what you might have had with you. So, those of you that have rations can deal with that. But what I'm curious is we get to later in the day, and I did mention 8 hours of travel. What I'm curious about is you headed north. You are essentially in the mid of the Cairngorm, I would say, territory in Redania. When you find yourselves, and those of you that have rations, how many do you have?
I have 0.
Yeah, I don't have any.
Okay, so your last supplies used was actually 0. I'm only making this relevant because of the fact that I want to co-post it every now and then, just so you are out in the wilderness. Plus the events that did lead from you running from the town of Rockdale. So as you have traveled throughout the day, leaving about 8 hours behind you, and you do stop for the day, Nid, you as relaxing now, resting to get a bite of food. The rest of you realize you don't really have any further food ahead of you. Now, I'm doing this also just to get some rolls in, just to get more into the skills of the system. Zadira, as well as Parja and Gavin, you realize that, yeah, you're a bit low on food right now. There's no nearby settlement. Around you just have the little plains, the little hills, the amount of trees, and, well, there's going to be some wildlife around, but you need to find it. So, My question, yes.
I'm sorry. I want to go back. I think maybe you kind of skipped over Parja this morning because he said he wanted to hunt first thing when we woke up. And you said, okay, well, you've already had breakfast. And then we moved on. So he did kind of bring that up before we set out this morning.
Yeah, we incorporate that right now.
Okay.
I'm not gonna make a big deal about it. I just want to get some stuff done.
It's
All
okay.
right.
Like, we can just take care of it on the way. We're survivalists.
So mine are hunting right now. So I want to know, Parja, what are you hunting for?
I had experience with rabbits. So small game. Same as always, birds, rabbits, fish in streams. So that sort of stuff. Maybe snakes if I'm desperate.
All right. So, Gavin, you know that you're about possibly days away from Hangfors, and so you expect to get there in the next day. So, for right now, I want to have Parja as you head out just to find some game for the group. Parja, go ahead and give me, please, what a survival roll. I won't make this too in depth.
Okay.
Right, Parja, you head out as a group, kind of mixed camp for this day. And as you do head out, you do come across a couple things. That being some slight ponds, but after about an hour, maybe two, you do come back with the amount of food for essentially everyone. And with that, food has been had. Able to cook it, and again, you enjoy a night's rest. As well, out here in the wilderness, you're not encountering too many things, and it's fairly peaceful-esque as it can be.
Okay, we might be in some big animals territory.
You actually don't
Yeah,
expect so.
Mhm.
You haven't really encountered anything too much yet.
Right. Can I? Okay, so on the way, like while we're walking, can I make markings on the tree with my knife, like my dagger? So it's like I don't want to get lost. In the woods.
I'd want to say that's not really going to work because you're out in the wilderness. And there's hundreds of trees around.
Right. So maybe cutting falling branches or tying knots in the grass, that kind of stuff would work. Or maybe like simply climbing up on a tall tree and just gazing into the distance, that kind of way.
What are you looking to accomplish? May I ask that?
The direction we're heading, we're still going north, right? Like the sun is on our
Yeah,
right.
you're going north, but none of you have
Yes,
actually
okay.
headed towards Hangfors. You just headed into northern direction. Essentially, is what's happened. And as you,
Right.
if you do, you decide to climb a tree to look around.
Mhm.
Make it easy. Go give me a awareness roll.
Okay. Ooh, I don't have to roll acrobatics or anything. Cool.
Okay, go roll me acrobatics also.
Okay,
Roll
calm
me
down.
athletics. Yeah, you made up. I'll let you do it. Give me, as you start climbing a tree to find a good perch to discover your location, athletics.
Oh shit. Okay. Phew, that was good. Okay, that was okay.
That was a 1. You climb a tree fairly easy. It's a big enough one. Give me an awareness roll.
Mhm. Awareness, where are you? Okay, you're at the top. I'm sorry. Well, that's a lot of 16s. Okay. Paul, am I cutting out? Hold on.
Nope, you're fine. I'm doing something right now.
Okay. Cool. Oh, Paul, if I do see a settlement, like some smoke or anything, I'd definitely be heading towards that.
I'm about to send you a message right now.
Gotcha. Does it look,
That's all
Like-
until you get from right now.
right, so the piece of red Okay, is it okay if I share it with the group?
No, you can explain it to him. That's why I gave it to him.
Got it. So, guys, I still don't see anything. No smoke, nothing. No roads in it and stuff. But I see something artificial, like something made by made by humans or something. Red scrap in the distance. That's the most unnatural thing we've seen in this far so far. So, you want to go check it out?
Sounds good to me.
Sure.
Okay, so we're heading towards that.
Is that
Yeah,
still
well-
north?
In general, yes.
Okay, then yeah, that's fine.
Little Red Riding Hood. Oh shit, that's a red scrap. Okay, she might have been eaten.
You start heading forward. Now, as you're heading forward, I want to know is in which attitude are you heading north? Are you heading towards this little curiosity?
I figure for me, I would want to go at a normal pace, and then as soon as we get close enough to where I could see things, I'd probably start stealthing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me those stealth rolls, please. Nice.
Gavin, comeuppance.
I'll roll for Zadira. She'll be back in a minute, but I'll roll for her.
Okay. Pars, what about you?
Wait, hold on. I'm just gonna tail far behind.
Okay.
So,
That's fine.
yeah, no need for stealth.
All right, I'm back.
You head towards this peculiarity, and as you get closer, Gavin, Nid, and Zadira, you notice that this piece of red is actually a string of cloth that has been tied around a branch about 6 feet off the ground.
Do I notice anything around, like on the ground? Like it could be a trap or something?
Immediate vicinity? No. That's done, again, with no rolls done. But this is just what you notice as you get closer. Around it is essentially just, I would say, excuse me, undisturbed, just wild vegetation. But it does stand out, this thing. It's not like a situation where someone kind of had it get caught when they're walking around. Someone deliberately tied this here. Or something.
Would I be able to? You said it's 6 feet off the ground, right?
Yes.
It's on the tree.
It's on a tree branch.
Can I attempt to climb up?
Yeah, I'm gonna draw my stiletto and just keep an eye out.
It's 6 feet. We can reach it.
Yeah, you don't need to
I
climb
know,
up.
but I don't want to get right under it.
Okay.
So you want to climb the tree to get to it?
Yep.
Okay.
Athletics.
Yeah. Easy enough. You climb just a little enough to get above it. You can get to it fairly easy at this point if you want to, Nid.
Sure.
All right. You can reach out, grab it, untie it. It's up to you.
Yeah.
All right.
See
You
it,
have a
look
piece
it
of red
over.
cloth.
Any scents on it?
Put it to your nose, and it just smells like a piece of unwashed, I guess, cloth. It doesn't have a human smell, but it doesn't smell. It smells like nature, I would say. You can tell that's
Good.
probably been out here for a little bit.
Okay. I'll retie it just to ensure we have a marking here. So I'll retie it to the branch, DM.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take off another like weaker branch on this tree and drop it right below the red. See if anything triggers underneath it.
No, it's just grass.
Okay, I'll climb back down. Actually, while I'm up there, can I roll awareness to the surroundings?
Go for it. You don't quite see anything.
So,
But something does kind of catch your, I guess, your mind. Something doesn't quite sit right with you.
Going back to my practice paranoia, would this be if this is one of those things where there's a trap or an ambush thing going on, I would get a roll for that.
I know. I'll give it consideration. Nid, because you're fairly close, if you want to spend a point of luck, I'll give it to you.
But,
That a yes?
yep.
All right. You actually catch sign of a tent off in the nearby distance, although kind of well hidden.
Like a huntsman.
It is
So,
intermixed with a bit of branches and foliage to be hidden.
Okay.
To you, go ahead and give me what you're training.
Okay, that's not scary. Oh, baby.
Is witch training only for monsters?
Not usually.
Okay.
Not all the time.
You've encountered this. Actually, probably wouldn't witch training, but I'll give you the roll to you anyways, as it is. This looks, from your vantage point right now, like on the tree, this is someone hiding something very, very well, but the architecture, the tent itself is what gets your attention. It is not human design.
What would it be to my first thought?
It has similarities of Elvish in the way it is
Huh.
made,
So does my mind go to Scoia'tael?
most likely.
He'll nod to himself and climb down. I believe there's a Scoia'tael tent nearby.
Now, I think all of us know what Scoia'tael is, except for maybe Jenny.
What do I not know?
Who the Scoia'tael are. Do you, Jenny, in fact, know who the Scoia'tael are?
I don't even know what you're saying. Can you spell it out?
Scoia'tael.
I don't know how to spell it. As I look real quick, our resident experts of everyone here that knows about Scoia'tael,
There you
please tell
go.
Jenny what they are.
That's how you spell it in chat. The Scoia'tael are, in what I remember, are a grouping of, I think, elite Elvish like ranger people who are kind of act like bandits in a way, but they're more well trained and more deadly than the normal bandit is.
Wait, aren't they renegades or? No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they still act like very good bandits.
We'll do this.
Yes.
Someone give me an education roll.
Fuck.
Witcher to the rescue.
You act like I have education.
can we all roll it, or
Absolutely. Once I imagine Nid would mention Scoia'tael, and so I will use this if you so wish.
Yeah. So many ones. Mm-hmm.
Hardly got no idea.
Well, Parsa, alright. You probably never learned about Scoia'tael in your trainings.
Contact with them before.
Wait, where is academics? Oh, it doesn't.
You know what I mean, DM?
Yeah.
Like, that's one of my bonuses.
Now, where do we find academic knowledge?
I think that's someone's ability or an actual skill.
It's not an actual skill.
Is it Julius?
Probably Julius.
Okay. So, on to purposes, what all of you know of the Scoia'tael is that they are not just elves. They are composed of the elder races, that being dwarves as well as humans, possibly gnomes, maybe even halflings. Although those two are actually very, very rare. But for the most part, Scoia'tael are revenge-driven madmen who want to kill as many humans as they can before they die. They believe that humans are the sole reason why the elder races have gone in decline, and so they are essentially killers
Of
to
humans.
humans. Yes.
So I'm just gonna look at the two
Yay,
humans.
me!
I'm looking at the two humans in the party. Me and Zadir should go speak with them. You two head back to the comp.
You're gonna talk to them?
I'm human.
Yes. Oh, you're human?
I mean,
Well, so I keep forgetting your image looks elf.
yeah, I'm human.
I'll go talk to them then. See if they can give me directions to the nearest settlement.
You might want to pop back the hood, because they might shoot on sight.
I'm not a human.
Yeah, that's why I pop back the hood. Because you look kind of human.
No, I do not.
We're not going to argue about that.
I'm not arguing. I'm spitting a fact.
Right. Take care, and do whatever you want to signal us to run or anything. We'll stay here.
I'll
Bye-bye.
I'll shrug, nod, just head towards the tent.
All right, Nid, as you
I
head.
am not stealthing anymore because I know who it is.
Okay.
I'm definitely staying in stealth.
Because I do not want them to just see me for the first time, DM. I'm fine if they scout me out first and then realize what I am, you know?
Okay. The question is who's want to go with Nid? Now, Gavin, you said you're stealthing. Are you following Nid or are you staying behind?
Well, I'll stay behind, but I'm just, now that I know that these people are going to want to murder me instantly, so I definitely don't want to get too close to where I could get caught.
Oh, DM?
Yes.
Can I... You did say taking out the weapon is a part of the action, so can I just load my weapon right now?
Sure. But then when it's seeing you, that's the act of you already getting ready to fight, so keep that in consideration.
Sure. I'm just gonna take it out, and then... I wouldn't say stealth, because I'm still rather far away from the party. Like, I'm staying kind of at the back, so...
All right. Gavin, if you want to get a bit closer, give me a stealth roll.
Yeah, I guess I'll stay within at least hearing distance.
All right. If you're within hearing distance, that's going to be close enough to need stealth. If you want to.
Okay, 22.
All right.
You vanish into thin air.
My last one was a 29. I wanted to keep that one.
Oh yeah. Why do you have to roll again? Shouldn't you be keeping
No, it's fine.
No, that was such a good roll. Ooh, it'd be fun if you managed to steal all of their money. A human's stealing these genocidal guys. Stealing their money. That'd be cool. They
Nid's
don't
touch your
have any
message.
money.
Thank you. I'm gonna keep going.
All right.
Oh.
You can definitely get there, and yeah, it's exactly what I told you on the screen or on the message.
Huh. He'll look around. Any traces of where they went?
All right. Send you another message. Zadira, as Nid is gone, Gavin and Parj are staying back, knowing that the Scoia'tael are here. How's Zadira herself reacting?
Just trying to keep an eye out for anything suspicious. Remind me what we saw exactly, because I wasn't here for a second.
Essentially, the group was traveling north, and Parja went to the trees to see if he can find a settlement. Saw a red scrap tied around a branch on a tree. In that investigation, Nid saw a tent and realized it was designed most likely Scoia'tael, which is where you realize, hey, if you Scoia'tael, they're probably going to want to kill you if they see you, as well as Parja and Gavin.
Yep, their sole aim, purpose in life is to kill humans. That's it. So, we're staying behind.
Yeah, they're the younger generation of elves that blame humans for their downfall. So these specific elves want to kill humans. That's why they're called Scoia'tael.
Okay, if they are focused forward on the tent, I want to look behind us and just keep an eye on our 6, I guess.
All right, go ahead and give me a bonus roll. Awareness, please.
Nat 20, Nat 20. I mean, Nat
Oh,
20. Oh, shit.
Don't worry, guys, we're good.
It's all safe.
Nothing
I checked
back
our
here.
6.
Yep, don't worry about it. I got it.
She just looked over her shoulder and then said that.
Nid, what are you doing?
I'm not taking anything. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm just gonna make sure if there's any notes or such for other groups coming through.
There is not.
Okay. He'll just. Actually, how is the fire, like campfire, going? Is it if it's like cinders, cold?
It is just slightly moving to cold.
How do I know how long that would be then?
Probably about maybe 9-10 hours.
Okay, so we're safe.
Yeah.
He'll
But this is
nod to
probably
himself.
one in use, so they most likely will come back.
Yeah, he'll nod to himself. Yeah, they'll probably be back soon, so he'll start heading back.
All right, so Zadira, you hear a branch snap in front of you, as well as Gavin and Parja. You see Nid come back.
They've been
Wow.
gone for 9 to 10 hours. They might be back soon, so we should continue on.
Did you see anything? Anyone?
It's empty, but they will return soon.
So, you want to steal their stuff?
No,
But aren't they bad guys?
no.
Kind of.
Evil is in one's own opinion of evil. Like in their mind, you humans are evil.
Yes, which is why it makes sense for us to steal them.
No,
their
it
stuff.
doesn't.
I mean, we're already bad. What difference? does
No,
make?
it doesn't.
Exactly.
No, we're not bad.
Yeah, we're not bad, which is why stealing their stuff does
No.
not make us
No,
bad.
I think we need to get out of here as quickly as possible. Let's not waste any time.
Unless you
Not
want the
worth
Squirrel
it.
Tail to come after you, then go
Nah,
ahead.
just-
You want them actively to murder you.
No, calm down. I'm just messing with you. Okay, we'll go.
Gavin, what do you think about this conversation going on?
I was told I wasn't allowed to steal anything for a while, so
All right.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, back to the cart.
All right. But this does give you, Nid, a sense of most likely you're close to either a road or a town if Scoia'tael are here.
Yeah.
Or if the Scoia'tael are here.
He'll nod to himself as they head back. We should be near either a town or a road. No Scoia'tael would make a camp unless either of those were present.
Wait, hold on. Is Hangford a human town?
It is a city.
Yes.
Right. What about the human population?
There's always a crap ton of humans.
Yeah. It's pretty much going to be mostly human. Probably no elves. Maybe some elves. Some dwarves. But in Central Redania, it's going to be mostly... In fact, all the human civilizations is going to be mostly just humans.
So, why do you think a Scoia'tael camp is empty near a town
Because they're hunting.
with humans?
Yes.
Right, they're hunting humans.
Yes. On the
So
roads.
we're heading towards the town
Yes.
where we'd most likely encounter them coming back with dead heads hanging from their belts and stuff.
As long as we don't keep to the roads, we should be safe.
Right, that's the point. Okay, good idea. Right, stay away from the roads.
Further off we go.
Let's go.
All right. So all of you move further to the north, past the Scoia'tael camp that was empty, and as you're traveling, day is moving forward. When in the distance you start to see these signs of civilization. It's been 2 days of a journey.
So, question, DM.
What's up?
Would my ribs have healed by now?
If you have 2 days and you have the checks for it, then yes.
Yeah.
Wait, did we sleep again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, was that while I was gone?
Yeah, do as much casting as you can, Jenny.
Okay, let me go ahead and do that real quick.
So yeah, my ribs are back to normal, DM.
Okay.
Does the sign? Is there a sign that says Hang Force?
Okay, so that is 8, which is what I needed. And so now I just have to wait, I think it's 10 days for it to be fully healed. I'll pull up the chart real quick.
Okay. Just note that down. 10 days.
What? Oh, test roll. Okay.
I'm unsure. Am I still injured in any way, DM? Trying to figure out if that's my full bonus. It's been a while.
Give me a second. Right now I'm 0. It has to heal.
Just making sure I'm not injured somehow still.
As you are moving a bit to the north, injure the broken ribs. Let me check that real quick. If it actually would be relevant. Critical wounds. And it was the broken rib, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Sorry.
Complex crit.
See. So 8.
What's your body rating?
8.
I believe it's going to be 4 days.
Oh, they said 2 to 3. It's fine. Okay.
Yeah, so to get rid of the treated condition for complex crit is 4 days with a body of 8.
Even if it was patched up.
Yes, because
Okay,
you go
sure.
you essentially go through the areas, but once you actually treat it, then you have to have that many days before it just goes away.
Yeah. Okay. So 2
It's
more
essentially
days. Got it.
you're healing now. Essentially, what it is.
Yeah. 2 more days. Got it.
Paul, what page is that on? Because I'm having trouble finding it.
174 of the book itself. In fact, to make it easy, I'm going to make a real quick screenshot of it. Alright. It's actually pretty relevant for a lot of you, so actually go and book like this also. I already have it. It's the Healing Hands page. So everyone go ahead and find the images for Healing Hands in your images, and actually go ahead and make that a bookmark because that's something that's going to be relevant to fighting when it happens.
Yep, so 10 days for me, so this is day 1. So at the end of the day today, I'll need 9 more.
Yeah. I need 2 more days.
This is for Udnid.
What?
You'll be healed in 2 days? It's for Nid,
Yeah.
right? Okay, alright. So note this down, make it easy.
2 more days and I'm good.
Alright, so you'll always still under effects of your wounds a little bit. Now, as you're heading north, you see the signs of civilization. You see the signs of a sighting, smoke, either chimney or campfire or a mix of wood burning, as it does encompass area. But one thing definitely does get you right now is it's a smaller mount. It is not Hang Force. You've traveled north, but you haven't traveled in the right direction north. And so you're coming across another settlement. You do see a road in a clearing a bit of ways that does head towards this location. And if you so wish, you can get a better view, or we can follow the road, or it's up to you. No quite road sign along the road, but there is civilization in the far distance.
I would say if it's been 2 days, we should be fine to take the road now. You guys know what I mean?
Sounds good to me.
It's only been 1 day since we saw the camp, but that's still probably okay, I guess.
Yeah, because we should have passed them at some point by now.
Like climbing a tree and just taking a look.
Trees aren't going to be high enough, really.
So what do I have to climb?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Doesn't really fit the Witcher to me, I think, to climb trees to see around. It is that, but not all the time.
Right. So is there like a overlooking cliff, mountain, something like that?
Nope.
Over something?
Either find a person nearby or just go there.
All right, cool. Let's head towards it then.
As you're heading towards the location, you hear the sounds of someone is running. Not along the road, actually a bit away from the road, but it gets closer, not directly towards you, but you're starting to hear very, very clear as someone is yelling and running. And if you want to, go ahead and give me a awareness roll real quick, everyone, if you want to.
Okay. Can I just take out the weapon?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Hey. Got them eyes.
I'm gonna assume, Parja, whenever there is a sense of danger and you know it's happening, you're gonna have weapons stowed. You don't need to tell me, so.
Thank you. Ooh, I got a 10. Yay!
Parza, Nid, Zagira, not Gavin. You see that they're in. You see a group of men behind them, as well as the sound of a dog barking, and you hear the definite twang of a crossbow.
Do we see what the man running is?
He looks to be a commoner.
But of what race?
Human.
Okay, what about the people chasing him?
Also human. They actually look to be town guard. And they are chasing and shooting a crossbow at this man, but does miss, and the man is running. Not towards all of you, they don't see you, but they're going to run essentially by you, but not through you. So, I'm curious, to the group of you who've seen this happen, unfold, what do you want to do? You hear the guys go, "Stop up! Stop, you bastard! Stop!" And this guy is just going, and he's just running for dear life.
That looks like us, right? Remember? That looks like us.
Yeah, I don't see any reason to get involved, honestly.
And plus they have dogs. The dogs are going to chase him down eventually. Out of character.
Wait, okay. Do you not see the connection? You know?
Actually, damn, I am going to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I'm going to look at the one running, and as he passes us, do a finger movement.
He's not that nearby. You'd have to move to actually get involved.
You're gonna flip him off?
No. It was something else, but yeah, if it's too far, I'm not getting.
You don't have to like go
between...
way out of your way, but you have to definitely, you have to move yourself maybe 10, 20 paces to get involved. Essentially, not like run half a mile. So it's that close enough to where.
Yeah, my guy's just gonna sigh, walk over that feet DM, and do a hand motion at the guy running.
Okay. What hand motion?
So give me that. I'll be rolling spell casting. I believe he needs to do. What was it, like defense or something? Some kind of defense of magic.
By magic defense.
Magic resist. Yeah. Now, whatever magic resist is. Resist magic.
Got it.
Yeah.
I do spell casting. It says resist magic.
All right, he fails.
Stop.
This is just persuasion, right? Not mind control.
No, it is mind control at that point.
Oh, okay. He will stop.
Because he will do what I want him to do.
Okay.
He'll rationale it in his own mind, but it's pretty much him doing what I want him to do.
Illusion of free will.
Yes.
Cool.
And I just look at the guards as they come at him.
Right.
He's stopped.
He is stopped. If he is mind controlled, then he is mind controlled. Gavin Pyre says, "Dear, what are you three doing?" As this is about to go on, you see that this man is now kind of stopped there, looking a bit bewildered as you see the town guard. About 4 of them rushing in. One of them is currently running, loading his crossbow as he has, and the other 3 essentially have swords in hand, all pulled, all about to essentially rush this man.
They're gonna massacre my boy.
I'm pretty much keeping my head down because I don't have good luck with guards at the moment.
DM, also just, I would have my hood up as to hide Witcher features for now.
All right. So, as man has been stood still, you see the lead running town guardsman go, "Ah, you out of breath now, eh?" As he runs up, grabs the man at the shoulder and drives the sword through the back of his chest.
I just casually watch.
Into his heart, and the man essentially breathes his last breath right there, and it just falls dead to the ground.
Turn the volume to hear Paul tearing off a whole page of notes.
No, not at all.
I just watch the guards.
Thank you. He kind of stops mid-talk as he kind of gauges what you are, Nid. Witcher, eh?
And I just casually push the hood down because that was a useless form of disguise, it seems like. Yes, would be me.
You had my thanks. This bastard here was a wanted criminal, murderer.
Would you mind escorting us to the nearest town where you came from? We've been traveling for a while.
Well, it's the least I could do for your little service here. In fact, this man even has a reward on his head. Yeah, it's Crinfred to the town back there. Been chasing this man the last couple hours running away. Got what is due to him. Fucking filth, as he kind of spits on his corpse.
Do you know where Henfalls is from here? Or from your town?
Oh, Henfalls. Aye, it's along the road to the west. Probably about a day and a half.
And how far is your town?
Well, maybe a hour, 2-hour walk.
Alright. We will follow your people then.
Alright.
My name is Nid Raven, so you know.
You can tell that he's just being courteous as much as he can. He doesn't exchange
that's fine.
greetings that much. Alright, boys, we got what we want now. Let's go back. And they nod to all of you, at least you Nid, and they start walking back towards the town.
I'll pop back in the cart as we go off.
Did they take the body?
They do not.
Is there anything on the body?
That there is.
Do I have to roll for anything?
Nope. I'm going to put it in the party sheet for you to take.
Sweet.
I'm curious to know. Where's the party sheet again?
Give me a second. I gotta make it.
Oh, John, remember, where's the party sheet?
Oh, it's the 3 silhouette heads to the north. Or to the north. To the top right.
Oh, got it. Got it, yeah.
Wait, 2 crowns?
Got 2 shiny pennies. And then the corpse yells out to the guards, "I'm being pickpocketed!" I'm so pissed. I'm still pissed I missed out on that arming sword.
Alright, it's in the party sheet.
Small wooden box.
Can I take a look? Small wooden box. Okay.
Is it locked or anything?
No. Click on the entry, you'll see what's inside it.
Oh,
Oh,
Wait, how? Oh.
it's a couple of flowers as well as a red string.
It's a hand-sized box, so nothing large. But that was on him.
Kill on sight. That does not sound like a murderer being pursued. Usually they'd be tried and everything.
Not in this. What the fuck?
Did you say this out loud?
Yeah.
Wait.
Wait, I'm
How
not
does
saying.
everybody know what's in the
I'm sorry.
box? Gavin picked it up.
Well, I was just curious. I'm not saying what's in it.
Oh, like it's only available to Gavin?
Oh, Gavin's the one that went there first.
Right, but did
well, I mean,
we
I'll
get
just
to-
show it to everybody.
Yeah.
I'll show it to everybody. Does the red string remind me of that red cloth?
No. This red string, well, let's go and see customs again. Someone give me education.
Can we all roll or just one person?
If you got the skill, roll for it.
Nope.
Well, Parza.
Hey guys, stop critting. We're gonna have to roll so many ones now.
I mean, we did roll a couple of onesies earlier.
Not as many.
That is true.
Alright, Parza, give that to you as well as to you, Gavin.
Red string. Lover boy. Huh. Looks like this is his engagement present or something. Connor. Can I take a look at his hands to see if you know, like you can kind of deduce if he's a killer or something. You know, a guy who's always been wielding a knife has those really thick.
I'm gonna
skin.
say no to that because that makes no sense.
Yeah, you don't. Like he might have just been a one-time killer is the thing, so you don't have those markings.
Even a serial killer might not have those markings. So
Yeah, what markings are you talking about?
Are the guards still there with us, or did
No,
they already?
the cart is moving with them.
yeah.
Yeah, because I would just want to
So
ask.
they're
them
they're
about-
a little far ahead, but it's enough to talk to them if you want.
Yeah, I would just be like, so, who did this guy kill?
One of the pretty lasses in town. Damn shame, she was a beautiful girl. Nah, this one had his eyes on her for a while now. Had some adventures, but turned him down. Next thing we know, we found him dumping the body. Had him in stocks, about to have the fool executed when he had a chance to run. Took it, and now, Bastard's laying dead in the ground thanks to your friend there. Bit of disdain in the voice to that.
I feel like this guy got set up.
I mean, all Nid cares about is about to get paid for it. So
Yeah, I don't feel any significance towards it.
No,
I
not
just
at
feel
all.
like, and just in my head, I'm like, oh, this guy seems like he got set up.
okay. I'm sure his corpse would be very happy you think that.
As you're walking and talking, you see the site, Crinford. And it is here that you can see that this town is fairly small in significance. But you can even from here hear the slightly off-key tune of a lute being played from one of the nearby taverns. And it's a normal town in activity, people going about in business and whatnot. The sounds of the clicking of anvil and steel, as well as the typical sounds of birds, wildlife, animals, the muttering of people, as well as just a town, small settlement in the midst of life as it is. The town guard get to the post and essentially get to just talking amongst themselves. Again, they do nod their thanks, and that's only the kind of recognition they give to you, Nid, as y'all get a bit closer. And for all intents and purposes, you're at a small town now.
Where would I get the payment?
You want to speak to Alblin. He's the one that had the offer. It is her brother.
And where does he live?
Alblin's at one of the houses. Addy, go and take this man over there.
I'll hop out of the cart and follow the one assigned to me. I'm guessing Jenny hears a bard. She runs at the tower.
Wait, what?
You heard there was a bard playing in the tavern here. We heard on the way.
Playing a sad tune on a lute.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll go too then.
Knife in hand.
Gavin, no stealing.
I don't want to kill him.
I know, just joking. Are y'all going with Jenny?
Parja, don't throw knives at women.
I'll throw it at you. No worries.
All right, so Nid's going with the town guard to get paid. Zidaria, what are you doing?
I'm going with him.
Okay, Gavin, what about you?
Yeah, I figure I'll just scuttle along.
Hey,
Oh,
Leslie.
wait, I lied.
Oh.
I'm going to the tavern. I'm sorry.
All right, fine enough. Parja, what about you?
We talked about the materials I have to look for in order to get the crossbow upgrade.
Yes.
Right. So I'd like to look for that kind of stuff. Any Smiths?
There'll be some this here, but I'll get to that last. So, Zadira, you go to the tavern, and as you walk inside, you do see that is a standard affair of a tavern in its affair, what it's doing. There is essentially a very, very not skilled bard playing a lute in here, just singing a merry tune as it is. But nothing seems to be out of the ordinary or insignificance in here. What would you like to do?
Mainly, I was just checking to see if it was the bard that I was looking for, and if it's not, I don't know. I think,
But you
Is
coming
there-
in does draw a bit of attention towards you. And even in fact, the bard himself sees you at the doorway, does get a little startled, not because of... Oh, just because of the way you look. And then he changes tunes very, very quickly about a ballad of love and lust. And he's just staring at you. Again,
boy.
not that skilled, but
What
he
time
has
is it?
tried to training. It's probably about midday now.
Okay, make sure.
would there be a bounty board in here? If it's not the bard if I don't recognize him and there's not a bounty board in here, I'll probably just turn around and walk out.
Okay, there will be one essentially probably about... Actually, probably makes sense in the tavern. So there's one probably out front of the tavern.
Okay.
But there is
well,
one out front tavern. I'll make it... There is one there.
All right, I'll head back out then, and head towards the bounty board just to take a look and see what we've got going on, because it seems like that's why the rest of the party wanted to come here.
Indeed, yeah. Alright, when you get there, there are a couple things. I'll get back to you. Nid and Gavin, you follow this town guard. He goes, "Oh, alright, the house is right here."
I'll head over and knock then.
After a little bit, the door does open, and you see a kind of I would say a muscular human, probably about in his mid-30s. And he sees you, Gavin, and he just looks at you. What?
You
Or
mean
not,
me?
sorry, not Gavin.
Like, what the
Nid.
fuck?
So, Nid, he looks at you. What?
The murderer is dead. The guard here can approve of such.
Aye, it's true. Oh, good riddance, then. Bastard had deserved to come to him.
And the payment that was offered?
We're not here for a moment.
He'll nod.
Now that I think about it, we're the ones that killed him. You're just the one that stopped the man. As the guard looks at you, Nid.
I'll just look back over. And
Well, you didn't kill him.
yet I was the one that stopped him and made sure none of you went down from exhaustion because of your heat in your own armor.
You saw the man. He would have stopped wheezing and breath soon enough. You just helped out soon enough. The roaches goes to us and the guard, not you. You just stopped the man. We'd have got to him eventually.
So what you're saying is the 50-50 split.
More like 70-30. 30 for this thing here. We'll take 70. Go our separate ways.
Meet in the middle, 60-40.
That ain't the middle.
Well, I said 50-50. You said 70-30. So in between those, 60-40.
You said 50-40.
What?
I've had some training. Some schooling. 70-30. 30 goes to this freak here. We take the rest of it and go. Make our merry ways.
Internally, Gavin's thinking, I could just steal it, but I can't.
Nid, what do you think about this?
He doesn't care. He barely... Any money's fine. again, as the poorest member of the party.
The individual comes out. All right, here's the reward. And as he's about to, he has it in his hand when the town guard does go and take the bag. He opens up, he starts going through it, and then he takes a handful and gives you the rest of the bag, Ned.
How much is it?
It is 40 coin.
It's 40 more coin than I had before, so I'm happy.
Is that after the split, or is that just total?
After the split.
Okay.
Oh shit.
He'll shrug and take it. Again, barely participated, did one thing.
Yeah, thank you. He walks off. The individual at the house looks at you and just closes the door.
He's used to it. He goes to the tavern.
Alright, real quick, I need to put the document. I'll get to you. I just say I'll do your thing. Let's see.
No, you can do mine last. Like get through the others, cause I know it's like just casual shopping.
Zagira, you're at this board and you see a couple things on it, although some of it doesn't really make matters to you, I would say. But one does have a notice, in that this town is looking to have, well, a clearing of a pesky sort near the town.
Does it say what it is that needs to be cleared out?
Indeed it does. And as Nid and Gav nearby, you can point out that this is looking to have creatures in a nearby pond that's been plaguing some of the traveling merchants towards the town to get cleared of.
Does it have description of the creatures?
Walking corpses. Love
Can I
water.
roll- Sorry.
It is drowners.
That's what I thought. Okay. Looks like we'll be dealing with drowners if we take this one.
What's the bounty on it?
Bounty on the drowners. Let me put the thing real quick. It is 10 crowns per head.
And how many does it say those there?
It says to get rid of all of them.
Alright, so there could be a good bit. If there's 10 drowners, that's 100 crowns.
Is there anything else?
It's only one of relevance to that.
That could
Also,
actually be good pay.
essentially, yeah, some of them are like gardening or miscellaneous stuff that is just not what you would probably want to put yourself to. There is another one that is not relevance now, and that is essentially finding and arresting a man of the name of, put my notes, Event. Event for the murder of a young lass that went by the name of Sarah. And that was for essentially 110 crowns. By the person that put it up, it went by the name of Alwyn.
Yeah, that's over. DM?
Mm-hmm.
I would put drowners under Silver Sword, correct?
I'll look it up, I'm assuming yes.
Yeah, it's monsters, so make sure. I'd be open to the drowners. It seems easy work.
Sounds good to me.
And since it's still day, we should be able to go do that. How far away is it from town, DM?
The nearby, and just quickly asking around, the nearby roadway that goes towards the town of Hengfors, probably about maybe 4 hours to the west is where they're having the issue.
Okay, so this would actually be helpful for us to do anyway, so we don't have to deal with drowners on the way. If we go out now, we could get there by mid-afternoon, then come back by evening if we do it quick enough. Is everyone in...
yeah, if that's our only option, let's do it.
All right. You guys all open, making sure?
As you are in discussion, you hear a horn being blown.
No.
And then a contingent, an entourage, a grouping of horses that very distinctly by sound does come trotting into this settlement. And before I go any further, I need to do two things and do a very, very quick bio break as well as make a smoothie for lunch. So a quick 5-minute break.
Also, Paul, I sent you a new picture for Zadira. That way people stop getting her confused, and also her hair isn't as light as what's in the
Actually, I
picture
could use the picture you have. I'll just edit to have the ears look more human-like.
No, that's okay. I wanted her hair darker. Like I said, I grabbed that picture in the beginning just quickly because it was something that I found.
Okay.
So I got something a little more along the lines of what I'm looking for. I just sent it to you.
Okay. 5-minute break, everyone.
Yeah, this is someone noble from Han's 4, I'm guessing.
Oh, by the way, they said there was multiple things on the board, on the quest
Small
board.
things.
So the Evans is the guy they're looking for, right?
You're the dead guy.
Right, the dead guy. And Sarah's the one who posted it.
No, Owen.
Owen.
Sarah is the dead girl.
Right, gotcha.
That's dealt with.
And no, she is the sister of Aldwin, or whatever the guy's name is. Yeah, so the one that posted it is Albwin. Albwin's the brother of Sarah.
Yeah. Also, where's Gamaria? Trying to figure that out.
Gamaria? You're talking about Temeria.
Gamaria.
Gamaria? I have no idea. I haven't heard of that.
Oh, or it might be Temeria. I just heard it wrong. Oh, it's down there. Okay. Alright, I just heard it wrong. I forgot I was knighted there.
It's Temeria, right? Not Gamaria?
It might be Temeria. I probably just heard it wrong.
Yeah, I've heard of Temeria, but I've never heard of Gamaria. I'm
Yeah,
gonna assume
I
it's
was.
that.
Yeah. So I'm a knight down there.
You've been knighted. That is correct.
I am Sir Nidravin in Temeria.
Well, I just dropped some uncooked pieces of rice in my smoothie. It was fantastic. Alright, I'm back, so we'll start when everyone is ready.
Okay, I'm back. I am ready.
Let me know when we're waiting on Jenny.
Yep, we're waiting on Jenny right now, I believe. Whatever, what she's doing, wrap up, then we'll go continued.
Okay, I sent her a text message to hurry up.
You know what's interesting about the Silver Sword?
What's up?
It starts with only a d6 of damage, but if I'm fighting a monster, it adds another 4d6 on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a 5d6 weapon. That's nice.
Against monsters, that is true.
Yeah. I'm gonna decimate these drowners.
So we're gonna let Ned 1v all of them.
No. Oh, if you do that, I'm taking all the money.
If it helps, I picked up my Three Stooges ability where I poke people in the eye.
Of course you do.
Alright.
I mean, I could just parry arrows as well now.
Very cool.
It's good because I get to poke them in the eye. It does more damage than my stiletto, and it blinds the creatures.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, yeah, when you jam something in something's eye, I hope it hurts a lot.
But more than stabbing somebody with the stiletto.
Yes, because you could break their eye.
You know, actually, blinding someone doesn't really hurt.
What? I'm sorry, what?
You know that, right?
Do you know?
No, like I don't know from personal experience, but I know for a fact, like, blinding someone doesn't hurt.
Alright,
That's
then-
why-
Well, poking them in the eye hurts.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just a fun fact. That's it.
It depends how you're blended, I guess I would say.
Man, if we got our sweet, sweet gold, I could have upgraded my crossbow
Oh, you know what? Look that up.
last
Go look
game.
that up while we're waiting. That's what I can do.
Mm.
What piece were you specifically looking for, Parza?
I'm not sure about like you did mention that the braces are the ones I can currently get, but that was only like the case in the last town. So what about this settlement? Do you think they might have exotic resources?
No, it's a small little town.
We probably
Right,
want the
but in
city.
the outskirts, so monsters and stuff. You know, like a high tension string.
I mean, you probably want the city then for that.
To be honest, some of the imports you get from cities are from the outskirts of the country, so Paul did say that a string upgrade is region specific, so
Yeah, none of these you'll be able to find here. Essentially, to find even the basics of what you want, you have to go to at least a large city.
God damn it.
These are
Okay,
specialized
so-
stuff. These aren't typical things. You find a crossbow here, but not like specializations for the crossbow.
Right, so I can only get ammo and stuff, that's
Yeah.
it. Oh, that sucks. Okay.
So before we leave, we might want to each get a room for the night, so that way we when we come back, we can sleep and then turn in the quest.
Oh, James here. All right. So, as you are... Well, what do you like to do? We have a bit of a thing here. Drowners is a problem they've been having, as well as the already completed thing with Emmett being charged with murder.
Paul,
What's up?
Can I get 20 bolts?
Yeah. Go ahead and take it.
Okay. And I would assume that my torch can still be used.
You assume correctly.
Thank you.
Alright, so if we head out now, we should be able to get back by evening, not late evening. Shall we be headed out then?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, not yet, because of what's been going on.
Oh.
So, with the
Oh, no.
horse,
Oh yeah, the parade.
yeah. So, what you're seeing here now is the standard banner of Redania, and these are essentially soldiers. And as these come in, there's about maybe 10 of them, as well as a train. Not really a train, but a grouping of people that are following them. And you hear the lead individual speak. Put my thing real quick.
Quick question, DM.
What's up?
Are they going north or south?
They're in town.
I know, I mean the parade, which direction is it heading?
It's not a parade, it's a grouping of essentially soldiers.
Yeah.
They're not heading anywhere, they're heading towards the town. They're in town right now.
Oh, okay.
They came from the west.
West, okay. Interesting, but okay.
People of Sinfred, your king calls upon you. Radovid the Fifth, he needs soldiers now. We have a new campaign against Cadwin. Everyone here, man able to fight, any family able to fight, is to be called upon for your king.
Paul, can you change my picture real quick?
Ooh, yeah.
So what I'm hearing is Redania wants to go after the bigger country, Caitlin, where witchers live, in Kaer Morhen.
Those that know the lore, this is the beginning of the Winter War.
Oh, nice.
Uh,
Wait, is that the war that was in the trailer for Witcher 3? Like that battlefield thing?
No, pretty sure that was Nilfgaard.
Okay.
yeah, we're
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
damn
yeah.
far. We're pretty damn far from that.
Well, that doesn't care about that. I don't care about that, so I go back to the poster.
Yeah, I figure we just want to get out and do this and try and stay away from them trying to.
The recruiters.
Yeah.
We don't want to be recruited into the Marines.
And
Well,
I'm gonna
they see
grab
you, and
some,
they can tell that you're not part of this town.
Good.
You have to hide Sadira.
Not really.
and I'm gonna grab some rations. So
You sure? Like she's a witch,
It's not openly known.
right?
So you're seeing an
looks
effect.
human.
You're seeing an effect upon this call by the king. Some people go forth with, well, a bit of pay, because you'll get paid in the army. And so some look at this as an opportunity. And you see this and you hear this amongst the people. But you see some, and you overhear some that do not want to fight. And there's already some small talk of individuals that don't want to get involved.
Okay. I continue looking at the poster, trying to map out a course there.
Of course, to where?
The lake.
There's no map.
Oh. I have a map though.
Okay, then you can put one. There's no pond on the map, but you can definitely just guess where it might be.
Yeah. Based on the directions from the poster.
Yeah. But with that, nothing really else is happening within the town. And so you venture forth without further ado. If anything needs to be done, let me know. But you venture forth about heading to these drowners to the west along the road. And after about 3.5.
You're forgetting Parja.
What about Parza?
Like, I'm not sticking with the group, so before I regroup, can I do something?
What do you want to do?
You know about the letter on the arrow, and then you shoot it onto someone? Like, not onto someone, you shoot it somewhere near someone.
Sure.
Right, I kind of want to warn them about the skeleton.
So do you want to warn?
Like, I want to warn them that there's a bunch of genocidal maniacs.
Okay, and how are you warn? You want to shoot an arrow somewhere?
But you also don't know where they are because we didn't know where we are.
No, like, we know which direction we're heading. We know they came from the west, so if you're in the outskirts of the country and you're heading from west, and obviously you would be traveling downwards, which would be going down the path where we came from, and they would likely encounter.
Well, you
We
didn't
went through
come
the
from a road. You
forest.
went through the wilderness.
Right, but then that was purposefully done.
Yes, but again,
They're gonna go down the road.
yeah. Doesn't
And
mean
they
it's
will-
the same road that they're going to be hunting on, though. There's multiple roads. Like small roads.
There's
I
two
mean.
roads that come from here. One that goes to the west, one that goes to the east.
That is true, but it's still giving someone a heads up, right?
All right. Well, who you giving heads up to?
Oh, wait, does it matter?
Yes.
Okay.
Some people might think it's a bullshit rumor. Some might actually believe it.
Who looks like a guy in charge? The guy sitting on the horse? The highest horse?
The one that was speaking about the recruitment earlier?
The guy doing the announcements? Probably, sure.
Yeah. He was probably the one with the lead, the one that was talking.
I'm gonna give you real quick OC's thing, my man. You're about to fire a crossbow bolt into a group of highly trained soldiers in a town.
It's a letter attached.
That doesn't matter. It's a crossbow bolt.
It does kind
How
of
would
change
you
their mind.
react if you saw that as a soldier?
Yeah. You've been a soldier. You make a new character in about 10 minutes. I'll put it that way. You're a man at arms. You're trained.
Right, but I just put 4 points into extreme range, so...
That doesn't.
If you want to go for it. But either everyone's making new characters or you are.
Yeah, I'm not helping if you get fucked up.
How the fuck do you intend to
You're
help?
firing
man?
a crossbow bolt at soldiers. How do you think they're going to react to that?
You're better off just taking the letter and putting it on the bounty board.
Really?
Your character would know this is suicidal to do.
But-
You don't warn soldiers by shooting a weapon
Okay,
at them.
okay, I get how you guys are trying to discourage me from doing it, but every time I've seen someone do this, the people who receive it do not misinterpret it.
How have you seen people do this? In movies?
Everything, documentaries, TV shows, movies, everything. None of them mistake it as none of them
do what you
actually
want.
take it as an assault.
Why don't you just go and hand him the paper?
Yeah, why are you... That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why are you trying to shoot a crossbow when
Why
you just hand it
shoot
to him? That's what I'm trying to figure out why you're trying to do this for. Because you literally shoot a crossbow bolt, aim at the ground towards them, they're going to look at it as you trying to shoot them, and they're going to try to kill you. And they will kill you because these are soldiers.
It's like they won't probably even process there's a message until after the hostility is down.
Yeah, this isn't Robin Hood-esque thing. This is something you don't do to people.
Remember how the entire inn reacted when a knife went flying?
So my question to you, Parja, is why aren't you just giving them the letter? Or are you just telling them you saw a Scoia'tael camp a day south here? Why aren't you doing that for? That's what I'm asking you. I'm curious.
Because, it's hard to
What's the
put
reasoning
into
behind it?
words
I'm trying to
what
figure out. What's the reasoning of not just telling them?
Are you trying to do like a flavor thing where you take a look cool if an arrow hit and the guy read it?
No, it's more of like you don't want to be thanked by some people you hate, you don't like, but then you still don't want them to get killed. So
Oh, then find like a little kid and
Or
then
put
give
it on
him
the
a crown
bounty
and
board
tell him
and
to
just
give
don't
it to
put
him.
your, or just put on the
I
bounty board and
felt
don't put your
like
name on
maybe
it.
shooting a bow would be literally the quickest way.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, the
to
quickest way
death.
to dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why I said extreme range, because you wouldn't see where it
But
came
it's
from.
still a bolt at soldiers. Is the
In
issue.
extreme range, what if you hit them? You've
Also-
now shot one of the people recruiting for the army of Redania.
Also,
How do you think
Parja,
it's gonna go over?
Real quick, Parja, just so you know. Then they're just going to start looking for anyone that owns a crossbow in this tiny hamlet.
Everyone.
No, I would think bows are more often in hamlets than crossbows.
Wait, you did see the town guards. 2 of them had crossbows, 2 of them had swords,
Yes,
none of them
guards
had bows.
did.
They wouldn't be looking for us because they didn't know we had crossbows.
Yeah. You realize the guards could have just looked us all over as we were traveling with them, correct?
It doesn't make sense. Yeah, sure.
What?
Okay, just Parja, do whatever you want.
No, it's okay. You like all 3 of you discouraging, including the DM. Not
Yeah, that's
something
not
I'm
a
gonna go
common
against.
sense reaction. I'm just gonna want to say that's not anything someone would do.
No, it's okay.
I didn't say anything up to this point, and I think that discouraging, as you put it, is more or less just us saying.
We don't want your character to die.
Think about this.
Yeah, I think your best idea would be like find a little kid, give him 1 crown, and tell him to go give it to the guys. So that way, you're not a part of it, and they still get the message.
Sure, I'll do that.
Or just put it on the bounty board. Someone will
And
read
don't
it.
put your name attached to it.
No, so soldiers aren't supposed to be looking at quest boards. You get the idea. So yeah, sure, the kid thing will do. Are there kids in this settlement?
Yes.
Okay, so can I just have one run an errand for me?
That you can, and the kid will do that. The kid will give this to the soldiers.
Right, and can we be long gone before they come searching?
Yeah, you tell the kid to wait like an hour, then have him go to the town guards.
Cool, thank you. Okay. So it's a simple message. Look out for the tents and the red and a piece of red cloth. That's it. Like there's a bunch of Scoia'tael.
That's also not gonna mean anything to him.
Right. Okay, gotcha. And yep,
Good.
we're on our way.
I mean, they're traveling along the road, so there's nothing for them to see.
Cool.
So it was a days in the wilderness.
Gotcha.
Alright, let's hunt drowners, please.
All right, so moving forward, you go about the 4 hours towards where this report of the drowners were, and as you're moving, you're seeing that there is a fair number of ponds around the area. But before you see anyone, there's a couple of people walking towards the town, as well as some that are leaving away. Small traffic. But as you're getting a bit closer, you're seeing that there is a small wagon that is along the side of the road that is near the ponds, where you would expect there would possibly be some, well, potential drowners.
Yeah, are there any bodies?
There are no bodies. There are actually people still about that are
Oh.
moving about and doing things. What you're seeing is that there is about 3 people, 3 men, and they're having just a bit of small talk with each other, a bit of small discussion.
Can I roll awareness, try to listen to it? If I may, DM.
If you're trying to be, if you want to listen, you have to be there. So it'll probably be more of awareness and stealth, or you just go
Okay.
nearby and just see what they say.
I'll go near the lake because I'm gonna look it over anyway.
Can I just want to observe their body language, see if they're scared, frightened, if they're fighting, whatever they're doing.
Give me human perception. In fact, as y'all get closer, you also give me awareness. We'll do as a general as you get closer,
All of us, or
if you want. If you're curious about what's going on.
– 15, 16, 17, 18.
That's kind of weird. 19,
Damn.
much higher. So what you're noticing is that the 3 men on this wagon, it is horse pulled, and they're essentially laughing, talking, joking about themselves. One of them is playing. There is a overarching canopy on it, but there's kind of like just a tarp that's thrown over the back of it, and it looks, for all intents and purposes, it looks like a cart that would be pulled to another town, possibly to trade some things. But as you get closer, you notice that they all kind of just stop a little bit, but their discussion is more about just really bullshittery, I would say. But what does kind of get your attention is that in the back, there is some slight movement. You can see over the fabric that kind of drapes over the back of the wagon, and you see one of the individuals kind of out of sight smack the tarp with a stick, and then it stops moving.
Do I get any sense from the cart?
As in smell?
Yeah.
No.
Can I roll Witcher training to see when drowners would usually come out of the lake?
No roll is necessary. If they're nearby and they're hungry, they would be coming out.
Okay. Are there any ideas of fighting happening on this beach?
You look around, and you can tell that the pond is a little bit further away and is definitely covered around with weeds and... Not weeds,
Brush?
not brush, no, tall reeds. Reeds,
Okay.
tall reeds, are such all around the bank. But it's a little indent in the ground. It's kind of like within a small indent in this part of the terrain. So the wagon is a little bit away from it.
Okay.
But they're
If
far enough
I-
away to where they might have been here very, very recently. Or they just stopped here very, very recently. They've probably been here a long time.
I'm gonna whisper to Gavin, DM.
Okay.
Can you quietly go try to see what's up that's moving?
okay.
I'll keep my eyes on them. Oh, well, he got it.
Dang.
Let me roll my roll, and yeah. Gavin, they are more paying attention to their little game, that they kind of see all of you, but don't really pay any attention. They're in discussion amongst themselves and just kind of having a good old time. Gavin, with that roll, you can pretty much go where you want.
You go in the middle of their game.
I was gonna suggest using me as a distraction, but hey,
Don't
guess
need
what
it.
I'm thinking now.
I'm Sneaker McSneakerson. Okay.
Now go see what's under that tarp.
Yeah, I definitely want to see what's going on in the tarp.
All right. So as the group, essentially,
I'm keeping my eyes on the guys.
are you still walking, or are you stopping, or how are you proceeding?
I'm on the like the edge of our own cart, but keeping an eye on the men of the other cart.
Are you still moving, or are you stopping your cart?
Stop for now, as if we're getting casually just checking on things in our cart. Routine, like, okay, let's make sure we didn't lose anything, kind of stop, you know?
All right. They're a little curious about that, but that does give him more of the advantage. So, Gavin, as you're paying attention to the cart, you go around to the back and you peer under the cloth.
And
I think he's whispering to you.
Yep.
Those are secret messages.
Humans, kids, offerings to the blah blah blah. Wild guess, sorry.
Could also just be a bound up drowner.
Could be.
Hanging out.
Zadira, your mic is weird right now.
It's
I know.
yep.
So I'm on the phone because my headset gives me a really bad headache after a while.
You need a new headset, Jenny.
It's any headset does it to me. It's because my head is so small, because I'm such a small person.
Why don't you just have? Oh yeah.
You need a child's headset.
I've tried. The most recent one I have is a youth headset.
Right.
Anyway, if you guys can hear me, I'm curious if these guys are hanging out here looking for the same bounty that we picked up.
There's also a possibility.
No, I actually saved that to the group.
They do look armed.
Do you want to talk to him?
Let's
I
first
can.
let's
If you
let's
guys
first
want me to.
allow Gavin to see what it is inside that card, and then we can figure out our approach from there.
Well, if he steals something from them, I don't think they'll be friendly with us.
Well, they don't seemingly only see us. They haven't even noticed him come around.
Wait, I thought. Wait, hold on. Out of character, I thought Paul said they see all of us but just ignore us.
Not Gavin.
Yeah, don't see Gavin. Gavin is essentially a ghost right now.
Cool.
yeah, I'll work my way back to the group, and I'll tell them, there's a woman in there. She's been pretty beaten, so I don't know what you guys want to do. She's got a
Does,
welts on her face and shit, so.
does she seem dead?
Was she tied up?
She
I
was
don't
not.
know if she was not tied up, but she's in there. She's scared looking, and she's got some welts on her face, and you saw the guy hitting the tarp, so
It's
I
up
don't
to
know
you.
if you want to talk to him, see what's going on, or so. That's just what I saw.
At that point, Zadira's gonna start heading towards them immediately.
Yeah, Ned's gonna sigh, follow behind her.
Can I make my way back to the cart, or do I have to do another stealth check?
I'll be no stealth check.
Damn. But at least you got the information.
Yeah. Well,
Alright, so Jared, you start heading closer. Parsha, what are you doing?
Staying behind.
Alright, Ned, what about you?
I'm with Zadira.
Okay, and Gavin?
I'll start making my way around. I am gonna try and stealth,
Okay, give me another stealth
but
roll.
not to the cart yet. Not to the cart yet. Just out of view.
Just being ready in case.
Yeah.
Alright, Zadira, as you're getting closer, the three of them, in discussion, they eventually stop as you just get close enough to where they just really notice you. And do you want to speak first or want them to speak first? What do you do?
No, I'm walking straight towards them, I will wait till I get into like a reasonable conversation distance. If they yell out something to me beforehand, then I'll go from there.
No, they kind of look at you and they do a bit of a whistle and go, pretty girl, what do you want? Need some help then? And all three of them are just kind of smiling at you.
No, I don't need any help. I'm curious as to what y'all are doing hanging out here with the recent disturbance that's been in this area.
What disturbance you talking about?
Oh, you know, just the monsters that are hanging around this area.
I'm not worried about that. Nah, between my sword here and my friends, nothing is gonna bother us. But if you're afraid, you're more than welcome to sit here next to me. I'll make sure that you're definitely safe. Very, very safe. He kind of winks at you.
I assure you I don't need your protection. Again, what are you doing here?
What's it to you?
Well, this place could be dangerous. I know you said you're not worried about it, but I'm sure you have other places you can loiter that's not quite as dangerous.
Go and give me a persuasion roll.
Persuasion?
This one would be persuasion, yeah. I don't think seduction would be applicable
Oh
here.
God.
Oh shit.
Just wanted to let my horse here get a bit of rest. Look, the best place is any to do it in. I mentioned, I'm not worried about anything.
Are you traveling merchants? What's the cart for?
We just came from Hangfors. Going back to Critterfitz where I live.
So you're not merchants.
No, never said I was. Just had to get some things from there, some things for myself, that's it.
That's kind of a large cart to have just for traveling in between town if you're not, you don't
No.
have goods under there. I thought maybe you could, might have something I might be interested in.
No, afraid not. It's just for me and my family. You
Is
see,
he
both
telling
his
you the truth,
both
or is
his
he
friends
lying?
kind of laugh at him when he says this.
Is he telling the truth or lying?
He's telling the truth.
At that point, I look at Nid, and
I'm gonna just ask her a question, whisper real quick. How should I classify them as people or monsters?
what? What was the question?
How should I classify them as people or monsters?
I don't respond right away, but I look back to them and I say, okay, look, enough with the chit chat. What's in the cart?
My family.
And you put a tarp on them.
Well, of course. Want to protect my family. Make sure that the rain that does come by is not going to bother her.
And the stick is also to protect her.
Well, it's my
And
fucking
again,
business.
Are they being honest at that point, saying that they've got her covered to protect her, or are they now lying?
He's telling the truth. I don't quite like your tone, so you can fuck off now.
I glance at Zero.
Yeah. See, that's not really going to happen because I know what's under that cart there. I know what has happened to that girl, so I'm going to give you a chance to explain yourself. And we can do this the easy way or the hard way. It's up to you.
Fucking always got to be one of them. He reaches over and actually pulls the tarp. And you see probably about a 19-year-old girl that is in the cart. As Gavin has mentioned, she has a couple of welts on her face. And one thing you distinctly notice quickly is that she's slow. He goes, it's my wife there. Say hello. And she looks around. She looks a mix of confused, a bit scared. But she does look at this man and then look at you, and she does raise a hand, wave it at you, and does a bit of a, as best she can, a smile.
What's wrong with her?
Wasn't born right. So I do my best to take care of her. And I take care of her as I do.
And I look at her and I ask her, are you all right?
You see, she kind of goes to look at the man again, but before she fully does, she just kind of, yes, and just kind of nods her head.
I have a question, Dion.
Mm-hmm.
Does she look like the man in any way?
She look like what?
Look like the man in any way?
No.
Okay.
And when she says
Well,
yes, she's okay.
real quick,
does she
Jenny,
mean that or not?
I want to pause you real quick, Jenny. Look like which man? Let me ask that.
The one who said they were their father. Or their family, or whatever.
No, not incestuous, no. Alright, sorry, back to you, Jenny. What are you saying?
When she said yes, I'm okay, is she telling the truth? Or is she just saying it?
Give me human perception. Nitty can do this also since you're here.
Okay, I'll try. Human perception is not a fine art of the Witchers.
No, it is not.
I will pop some luck points into that if I need to.
Spend
Ooh.
2.
I will not waste.
Oh wait, hold on. I'd be able to because I'm hiding in the distance.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it, Gavin. Hey,
I
you want to
know
see her? You can
nothing.
spend 2 points and I'll give it to you.
Oh, never mind.
I'll spend the 2 points.
You can tell she's slow. And so she's probably being persuaded in a way, or it's just her handicap or her mentality is what it is causing her to essentially just go with this guy. But it might be a mix of fear, because she doesn't have what's on her face. Maybe she's been abused. She's definitely been abused. You can see on her face right now. But maybe she's also been trained in a sense to see everything's okay.
Okay. So at that point,
Real quick, Stira,
uh-huh.
you would notice one thing about Ned when he sees the girl, or a girl like her.
Uh-huh.
You kind of see him down heavily as he looks back at the three.
And
He
real
what,
quick, dude,
Heather?
real quick, say this, but don't go any further, because I'm going to get something to Zagira.
Oh, okay. What did Nid do?
He frowned very heavily when he saw her, what she was like. And then
Okay.
when he frowned, he frowned heavily after seeing her and looking back at the men.
Okay. Gotcha.
Alright, I'm going to send you a message, Jenny. It's in Fancy Grounds.
Okay. Either way, at that point, I'm gonna look at the guy that I've been talking to. Did you put those marks on her?
Yeah, sometimes she's disobedient. Just showing her the best way. Like I said, she's slow. This seems to be one of the best ways to have her learn. But I keep her safe before you think anything.
What do you mean disobedient? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't like what I'm seeing.
Well, I don't quite care what the fuck you think. Look at her. She's slow. She'd be raped, killed, dog food for anything out there in the wilderness. Her family didn't fucking want her, so I figured the best thing is for her to not die in the damn street is for someone to take care of her, which I'm doing.
Again, what is it that she does to be disobedient that deserves that kind of treatment?
She wanders off. She's an idiot. Doesn't understand the fucking dangers of the world. She knows now. She goes out. She'll get a stick to the face. Hasn't been a problem since.
Something tells me, slow or not, if you're taking care of her, she's not going to want to leave you. So,
Lass, he talks to the girl, not you. Do you want to go with them? You want to go and leave? And she looks at you and she looks at him. And she nods her head no.
is she doing it because she's scared, though?
Maybe it's just because of the way she is. She's just very, very easily persuaded that way.
I look back at Nid at that point and see if he wants to do anything, because I'm a little torn.
He shows no emotion.
All right,
Just
so I'll
frowning.
just ask him. What do you want to do? You want to leave her? You want to take her? And I do say that out loud.
Well, saying that out loud, that is very much a threat, and so they will both stand up. Just walk off. You and your fucking freaky friend there. And they have
Alright,
their
then,
hands
Tommy.
at their hilts. Or the weapons.
No reason for name calling. Just relax.
Fucking relax.
Still
You come
working.
here asking me about my little lass here, and then openly fucking saying that you're gonna want to take her away from me. Like you're gonna fucking kidnap her. I can say what the hell I damn want.
He kind of looks at the man and asks one question, DM.
Mm-hmm.
Have you raped her and beat her for saying no?
Of course not. How
I
right
look
now?
At Zadira. I look at Zadira to look over the man.
Yeah, and when he says that, I'm judging to see whether or not he's lying.
He's telling the truth.
So, out of character, he's just being an over-possessive guy.
The issue is Ned has two trains of thought in this scenario.
Yeah.
Right, like he's physically abusing her, but then he's
But she also has no way to go.
Right, exactly, so...
So, yeah, once
You can't-
again, I'll just look at Nid and be like, what do you want to do?
We
You
have
can't
no way
exactly take him out, because she needs him to take care of him.
I'm gonna whisper, DM, whenever I talk like this.
Mm-hmm.
We have no way to keep her safe for the long term, and she has no real future in the modern world.
I'm honestly kind of on the same page as you. I mean, she's not being raped or anything, you know. It's not a whole lot we can do, really.
He just begins towards the pond.
Yeah, I'll turn around, I'll look at the guys and be like, sorry for the interruption, but I will warn you, there are some pretty dangerous creatures in this area. You might want to get out of here. And then I'll turn around and walk away.
If you're walking away, they've had enough also, and they strip the horse and they start moving.
Okay.
Zadira and Nid, you get back to the cart?
Oh, I headed towards the pond.
Okay. Or you head back to your cart, then you head towards the pond. So as Nid now is heading towards the pond, Zadira, Gavin, and Parza, what are you three doing?
I'm staying with Nid.
Yeah, I'll just pop back out and regroup.
So I'm curious, how is Zadira feeling with this whole thing that's turned out?
She's a little torn, honestly. If I thought there was more that I could have done for the girl, I may have tried to, I tried to be a little bit brusque, if you will, but almost as if they were going to start something just to sort of almost give me an excuse to intervene, but that didn't really happen. And like I said, like Nid said, there probably isn't a whole lot that I could do for her, so it's kind of just a shitty situation that I can't really do a whole lot with. But, I would imagine, too, in this world, I've seen a lot of that, so...
Nid, you were there. Give me a perception roll quick. Or, sorry, an awareness roll.
What?
An awareness
Okay.
roll, Nid, since you were there.
Hey.
I'm gonna give this to you also.
Oh no.
You have seen this also.
This might.
What about me? Or was I too far away?
You're probably too far away, Gavin.
Did it look familiar?
It did.
He stops before walking away, DM. So
All
I'm
right.
gonna avoid what I did.
So this probably came to you a little bit later, so the
Yeah,
cart is
yeah.
a little bit further along the road.
Dear, we are going after them.
What? Why?
That's Zara.
That's Zara?
She has the box the same as the man did.
So the man didn't kill Zara.
No. We need to get her now.
All right. How far are they from us at this point, Paul?
Sorry.
Am I close enough for an Axie?
No. On top of that, as that recollection or that does realize towards you, you hear from the reeds behind you movement.
Get on the cart now. We're going after them. The drowners can wait.
Yeah, I was going to say, I start running towards the cart.
No, I get on our cart and drive after them. Is what I mean. Have Julius go.
Well, how far was the cart from us that they
So
were leaving?
their cart
Yeah,
is. What's that?
if they're within yelling distance, I'm just gonna yell at them. Hey, one more thing.
They're within essentially far yelling distance, but they're ignoring you. Now, Zajira and Nid were near the pond that was fairly nearby, and so
Well, no, I would have avoided that if I saw that before I left. If I saw that item, I would have waited, DM.
I did make the roll afterwards.
Yeah. And how would I have seen it if I wasn't still near them?
I will say, just to make everything fit in. Is the music going crazy for everyone else or just me?
Yeah, oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
going crazy.
It just fixed for me. All right.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, it's fixed, okay.
I'll say to make everything I just said work. The cart is still far away. All of you are next to your cart, but you also see signs of the drowners moving out of the lake now. Since they're there for a while, it did draw their attention. So now you have a couple things. I'm gonna see an equal distance between the drowners and the cart. I'll make it easy that way.
Oh yeah, I'm getting in our cart, and when everyone's in to go after the other cart.
Yeah, wherever Nick goes, I'm going as well. The music is messed up again, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
just
change. I'm gonna
stop
change
it,
the
please. Yeah.
the zone.
And
All right, sorry, I had to change the server for the Discord. Hope I didn't just break everyone else out.
Is everyone in the cart?
I'm gonna see if we changed the Discord ruined everything. Can everyone still talk?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I think Jenny's is not working.
Crap.
hello.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Okay, I think it just took a second.
Alright, so you there?
Can we?
Yep.
Can we say, Paul, that the cart stopped when I yelled out to make
guys
that
hear me?
roll kind of make sense?
We can
Yeah,
hear you,
we can hear you.
Good. Thank you.
No,
Because
they're
I
not.
don't
They're not
think
far enough
they
to where they're gonna
would've
get away, but they're ignoring you at this point.
Right, but they wouldn't have even driven. I mean, Nid wouldn't have even let him go or walked away from him had he. So I'm just saying, like, if I yelled out, maybe they stopped just to kind of make it.
I'll do it after the fact. I'll just make it easy. Is Nid was seeing this part when the wagon was moving away, when he was going to put the heart back over her. She maybe moved to where he saw the bucket at this point. As it is, the cart is only like maybe
We could
40,
catch
50
up.
paces away. Yeah, I mean, it's not like out of sight. So
Yeah, we're following on a cart.
yeah, make it easy. Nid probably saw this as the cart was moving away. Make it easy.
Sure. We're following. Get that cart. With our cart, it's time for some road wars.
Was your
All
cart
right.
being pulled by a donkey?
I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, if it's only like 40 away, I'm just gonna start like
Wait.
Running.
Correction. A cow. Susan is a cow.
I mean, also Parja can just fire a crossbow bolt at one of their wheels.
A crossbow's not going to do anything to their wheels. I mean, it is, you can
Aren't they
outrun these things.
wooden?
They're not galloping.
Oh, okay, I'm running, yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna run and then
Same.
Okay, so you start running towards this wagon. I'm not going to make it too far away since this how this would turn
Can
out.
we stealth run?
No.
Okay, making sure.
No, because they're going to notice this also.
Yeah.
So let's do this.
Is there gonna be a map?
Most likely.
Cool.
Because the reason it's doing is for one very secret reason I told the DM, but the other reason is his job's not done if Sarah's still alive. He needs to get her home.
There's a secret reason.
Yeah.
Cool.
I told the DM, you saw that, right, DM? Isn't it interesting? Oh no, DM's dead.
She looks just like my ex-wife.
No, I never had a wife, what the fuck?
I like those cliche moments.
But you saw the reasoning, DM?
What reasoning?
DM, do you have why he reacted to the girl and not just walked away?
Did you DM me something?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're the reason the guy got killed.
Lost in transit.
No, not that. I don't care about that.
No, I'm trying to see the message you sent.
Yeah, it's DM. In Discord.
Oh, okay.
I think it's interesting because it makes sense.
Oh, okay. Well, I definitely see that. Okay. As it is, you start definitely running after them. They would definitely see you run towards it, just the noise from it would be if you're running full out. So them on the wagon, probably about maybe 40 feet away, them seeing all of you running towards them, they are going to immediately pull the weapons and we'll go into this fight with that. As is though, because we would wrap up in about 10 minutes, and I'd rather not go into a fight and then essentially pause it mid-fight. I think I'm probably going to call it here and open up with a fight next session.
Okay.
sounds good.
Sounds
So-
good.
All right, I'm gonna go. Thanks, guys.
All right,
Call
see
your
you, Jenny.
best together. We'll see you next.
So yeah.
Have a good one, guys.
See
All
you.
right. See ya.
You too.
Oh yeah, I hope you guys are ready to see a slightly different Nid after the fight. Hurst, you liked what I sent you though?
Yeah, I like it. All right.
It makes sense too.
Yeah, it definitely does. All right. I do need to go to work, so I'm also
see you
going to go
guys.
out now. So I'll talk to you all later.